Yeah, we straight chillin', serial killing, pre-cool villains on the mic, got you reeling. 5-star rated from the floor to the ceiling. If you catch a 1-star, no time for feelings. Got a demon DJ on the ones and twos by the name Beelzebub, so don't get confused. So grab a seat by the fire, roast a marlow or two, and prepare to hear the legend of the straight chillin' crew.
What up, nerds? And welcome to another Halloween hangover episode of Straight Chilling, the weekly horror movie review show where you chill and we kill, slice, dice, and chop up yet another horror movie. My name is Bob, and I'll be your host for the evening. This is episode 552, recorded on Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. Tonight we're talking about the final You Pick the Flick of the year. This one was chosen by your boy Naderade, and it is the all-time classic film Heartland of Darkness from 1991 or maybe from 2022. We'll get into it. But before we do, let me introduce everyone else on the show tonight. First up, calling in from Washington, D.C., we got your boy, Rand Diesel. What's up, Randy?
Fuck off.
What's going on, man? I just ate so much spicy food so quickly, and my whole body is rejecting me as a person. So
I
enjoy
reject you.
enjoy the sounds of the sounds of my skin trying to flee.
Tight. I look forward to the live on air Wretch coming up in a
Oh, it's
few
coming,
minutes.
baby. It's coming.
Stay tuned. Last
Oh.
but not least, calling in from Seoul, South Korea, we got Shaboy Soju. What's up, man?
Oh, what up? It's your boy Holly Jolly Soju, boys. 'Tis the season, right? Right, Bob?
Hey, it is eggnog season, and I know you're excited.
Whoa. Send
They had
some my
eggnog,
way. Ship it on over, buddy.
I saw
You sh-
eggnog on shelves like 2 weeks ago somehow. Like I don't understand. I just don't
It is
understand.
too early.
You should make some eggnog flavored Soju the Man Soju.
Oh, God, that's
Soju the
I
man's
just have
eggnog soju.
American seasonal soju
There you go,
flavors.
yeah.
For
It'll be the
Soju the
Jones
man
so-
soju.
It'll fly off the
Sojourn
shelf.
soda of you.
Dude, I usually have my first sip of nog earliest is Thanksgiving, you know.
Ah, wow, that's a lot of restraint, I feel.
I know,
That's,
I'm
good
practicing
on you.
restraint, Bob, unlike some of us.
Oh,
What a
yeah, that's me.
loser. Yeah, it is Halloween is officially concluded. We're moving into the Thanksgiving season. How was y'all's Halloween? What'd you do? What'd you get into?
Grounded.
Nothing
who?
You, the two of you.
Okay, well, I will
Either.
answer this question. I will field this question from the media. Yeah, Beck and it was a rare Friday night Halloween, which was very, very nice. And so we had our usual Halloween happy hour actually on the day. Had a good, like, I don't know, 20, 25 of our friends come by and enjoy what was like the most massive and impressive charcuterie board situation. It took up our entire kitchen
Ooh,
table or
nice.
dining room table with just like fucking pumpkin donut holes and Dots pretzels and chips and dips and every cracker and every cheese charcuterie stuff. Like it was great. And we, did the usual thing. Basically, they handed out candy to trick or treaters. We also handed out ramen because that's a thing for the youths right now, apparently, because of K-pop, whatever, Demon Hunter show or whatever. I guess it's a thing for the youngs now, and they went ape shit for that ramen. I guess they really love it right now. Yeah, we were very popular after that seal was broken. But other than that, it was just a pretty bog standard, amazing Halloween situation. Very spooky, very fun.
Bog
about you, Sophie?
standard, amazing Halloween
Mhm.
situation.
Just one of those very boring, amazing nights.
Totally. Yeah, Juice, what'd you get into?
Yeah, actually, I was like reflecting back. I'm happy to move on because I was like, wow, my spooky season was quite full, and I pretty much knocked out all the things that you could really do. So, I mean, over the month of October, I went to a theme park that they have here, and they had a special autumn theme going on. They had a pumpkin themed parade that they did, and it had like really cool floats that like rotate around. One was like a
Mm.
graveyard with like ghosts coming out. One was like a spooky tree. And so they're all like ghost themed and stuff. And then at night it kind of became like a Halloween Horror Nights thing, and they had like zombies walking around, and also they had this random like Wizard of Oz theme going on too, but then they turned it horror, so there was like a dead rotting like lion hanging out and like stuff, so it was pretty cool. um and so I did that, and then a guy that I know owns a farm outside of Seoul, and he did like a Halloween cookout. But he's a chef, and
Nice.
so he actually grows like pumpkins, and so they were like carving
Nice.
jack-o'-lanterns, and he had like a little corn maze set up, and he threw up Halloween on this like a sheet outside, and it had like this big burn hole in it, and it was just like really cool. It was a good autumn night, Halloween. And so that was part of it. We did the Halloween trivia last weekend. And then on Halloween night, Ash went out to Itaewon, the foreign district here, and people are decked out in costumes, like roaming the streets are packed, like so full. Like you have to like walk really slow. There's so many people. Everybody's got crazy costumes on, and stopped by a couple bars, had some American style barbecue,
Ooh.
Alabama style,
Ooh.
and lots of drinks, lots of bars, and yeah, stopped by Tiki Bar Bob. They had the Halloween
Heyo.
tiki stuff set up too, jack-o'-lanterns in there, and had some tiki cocktails, and then just a regular. Actually, it's no, it was like a kind of like flapper style bar. That was really cool. And then like an Irish pub too, and they had like green pumpkins set up. So yeah, it was all decked out, costumes galore. Um, yeah, lots of sexy, sexy costumes out there, boys.
Yeah, I,
Whoa,
like
Korea's doing it
Fancy
right, you know?
guys.
Korea did it all right. The
Hmm.
Korea's doing it better
Halloween
than the
night was
States
like
these
pretty.
days, boys.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the Halloween night was what I described, but like going back, like that haunted forest that we went to, I mentioned it on the podcast during what you've been watching a few weeks ago or whatever. That was incredible. Did get to do some cider stuff at the local barns and whatnot. Um, cider donut finding and so forth. But I had a crazy like busy work work month as well, so I didn't get to do as much as I would have liked. I had to do some weekend works and shit that kind of interceded. But it sounds like you had a pretty full one. I mine was
Yeah,
not as full as I would have
that's
liked.
cool. Bob, I know you got up to some things. What'd you
Yeah.
do
This
this
is a
spooky
busy.
season? Well, tell us about your whole spooky season.
I will. I'll take my time with it.
Take your time.
We
Stretch.
the second weekend of the month, I think we went up to New York City to see John Carpenter live in concert, playing some
Mm.
synth hits, which was really cool. Played in this like giant vacant warehouse out in Queens, which is just a really cool venue. And they sounded amazing. They sounded honestly much better than I anticipated. Like really, really good. They played for about an hour and a half, and that was kind of the first big thing that I did. Went to a couple different like Halloween themed trivia nights and won both of them, which was
Oh, get the
fun.
fuck out of here.
Getting, I'm
Whoa,
getting in
Bob, you
here.
know horror movies?
Bob
I
Wow.
comes quicker than
know,
Halloween, am I right?
You're right, Bob.
man, we got a whole year to wait, so apparently it's not quick right now. It's not. It's very slow right now. So that was fun. We hit up a couple Oktoberfest too, which is not necessarily like spooky Halloween related, but just fun and also happens to be in the month of October. Um, we had our annual Halloween party at the house too, which was a lot of fun. A bunch of crazy, awesome costumes. It was like Scooby-Doo themed. I was Shaggy. My wife was Velma, and of course our dog just kind of looks like Scooby-Doo. He's huge, and we had all kinds of crazy giant snacks and stuff, which was a lot of
Scooby
fun.
snacks.
Scooby snacks, yes. Yeah, we did indeed have those provided for the guests.
Nice.
We went this past weekend, like Halloween proper, we went to this little speakeasy bar that we like a lot because they were having it was like a vampires ball kind of theme. So we went there for like just one drink and then went over to a friend's house that was having a party. And we were playing beer pong in the backyard, and it was legitimately cold on Halloween night in Florida, which I feel like very rarely happens. It like got down in the 40s, which was
Wow.
awesome.
That's rad.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. We also went to this one area of town where like they have the decorations are sort of like off the charts. We walked around and looked at those. Another thing we did, there's a neighborhood in town that has like an annual Halloween parade. We went to that weekend before last, which was awesome. It's kind of like a block party parade situation. And also yesterday, which was November 1st, we went down to Orlando for Spooky Empire and got to, meet a couple famous folks, got some autographs, saw some crazy awesome costumes. There was this one couple dressed up like the cover of Return of the Living Dead, the like
I saw
green
that.
That looked
zombies.
cool, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they were fucking amazing. I
It's a
got to
good
meet
pull.
Tom Savini and
Whoa, your boy.
Shaboy. I met David Naughton, the main dude from American Werewolf in London. Emily Perkins, the younger sister in Ginger Snaps. Um, Josh Rubens. We talked to him for a long time. He was just a super, super nice guy. Method Man was there. We like said hey to Method Man when he was walking
Cheese
around.
Wagstaff was there.
He was. He sure was.
Damn.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool. And then we went to another tiki bar called Suffering Bastard. After that. And they had like their Halloween specials still going, even though it was technically November. So that was cool. I had like a Pennywise cocktail thing. That was
I
fun.
saw
That's
that
awesome.
too. It's
Yeah.
inspired. Do you have a Pennywise tiki cup, Bob? Tiki
Oh,
mug?
You have one.
think I
I
Really?
think you do. I'm
do.
pretty sure I've used it. Maybe I'm remembering
Randy,
wrong.
you used
Um,
it.
I have used that.
Actually, yeah. Now that you say that, that does like the in the style
It's
of
like
your Texas Chainsaw one, right?
Yeah,
I think it's a
maybe.
Mondo or something.
Come
It looks like
Yeah.
come on by the house this weekend, Randy, and I'll fill it up for you.
fill that shit to the brim
Gonna have to
Fill it.
start
multiple
doing
times.
a tiki audit and a blue room
Oh my
Oh,
audit.
god. The Tiki audit is gonna put him well
this
under.
is welcome to
Bob,
the Bob Shame
I
Hour.
think just the tiki room these days could is enough for
Wrong, worrying his friends, sifting way too long through those Blu-ray
And Tiki.
and it gets worse, he'll have no chance.
Tiki.
Wasting all his dough
on those
Tiki mugs.
tikis. If you stretch that E
Tiki.
out there. Those tikis
Oh yeah.
like that.
You can make the E sound 4 syllables. Why not?
Bob, I think just the tiki room itself would be enough for a jet ski, don't you?
No, absolutely not. I
I
need
don't
to
believe you.
pause, actually. I got a
Oh.
delay. Give
Okay.
me 1 second. Let me fix this real quick. Save.
On those
Oh man.
TBD. On those
Tikis.
tikis.
Oh my god.
I thought the rules of overtime was that if you score in overtime, the overtime is finished. Is that not the rule anymore?
Buddy, you will have to consult someone else.
Because the Jags scored in overtime with the touchdown, and it so I guess it's not. I guess that's not correct. But it used
I
to
don't
be.
think
That
so.
used to be
Maybe that's
the.
NCAA rules because I know there's also like different rules per league, but
It used to
I just don't
be,
know.
but well, they're about to blow it, of course, as they
Not the
do.
Jags. Come on. I don't
Yep.
believe you.
Oh, you better believe it, Randy. You better believe it, brother.
You're in one. Oh shit.
On those TVDs. On those tikis.
Okay,
Steve, our
I'm
boy Steve will
back.
call in and record us a new track. That's the
Gonna have
600
to.
right there.
What song will it be a parody of?
What? Oh, you think we could like hire a band to make like a straight chillin' song, like a punk version or something?
What's Mondo Mike up to?
Probably. Yeah. All right. I haven't started recording again yet, but I guess we can
Okay.
actually start getting into housekeeping and shit.
All right.
All
All
right.
right, let me hit record. All right, boys. It sounds like we all had one hell of a spooky season. Very fulfilling. I guess we should actually get into the show proper. Let's tackle some housekeeping real quick. So it is a new month. That means we got a poll closed and a brand new poll has opened. So our November poll, which the theme was cornfields, the winner was Freddy versus Jason. So we'll be talking about that
Whoa.
shortly.
Oh hell
There
yeah.
you
Hell yeah.
go. There you go. About
Great,
time.
great cornfield scene in that movie. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Our December poll is currently posted over on our Patreon website. If you guys support us at the $5 level or above, you get the chance to vote on a movie we're talking about this December. The theme for December is sleigh bells.
Oh my God. Spell that. Spell that, Rob.
Slay.
Oh God, I was afraid you might say
Whoa.
that.
E
Whoa. Is that a
Alles.
horror pun, Bob? Would you say?
That is a
Uh,
whore pun.
A
it's a
whore,
whore pun.
The
a
pun from a
whore pun.
whore.
God damn.
Hell yeah. Sleigh Bells. The three movies you're voting on are going to be Day of the Beast, Scent, and The
And
Wolf of Snow
Saint?
Hollow. Yeah,
Spell
so
it, Bob. Spell it.
it is actually called Scent, but it translates to Saint. But I think if you Google search it, you should search for Scent. I think that's more successful.
Really?
You could try one or the other. Anyways,
Okay.
it's like from Norway. It's a foreign film, and Scent
Why
means
don't they
Saint.
just speak English?
I mean, what do they think they're too good for English over there or
Yeah,
what? Come on.
three Christmas horror
Hot
movies
take.
for you guys to vote on. We got some votes in, not a whole lot, but
Okay.
some are in.
Well, Bob, tell
Um,
me how they're looking, please.
I shall explain.
Shut up and tell me how they're looking.
Stop talking and keep talking. Uh,
Damn it.
Shut up and
Scent,
tell me, Bob.
Scent, aka Saint, is in last place with 22% of the vote. The Day of the Beast is in second place with 33% of the vote, and on top, The Wolf of Snow Hollow with 44% of the vote.
All
Oh
right, getting
shit.
back into some Christmas films. I like it. I
Yeah,
like it. 'Tis the
I like it
season.
too. I like it. I
I've not seen
like
any
it.
one of those films actually.
Oh,
So
Randy,
yeah.
I think I've seen them all.
Oh really?
Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I
Yeah, yeah,
like
no, I
yeah,
definitely have seen them all. Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, those are all blind spots for me. So no
It
matter
was
There's
what,
like
still
I'm
a
getting a
some.
Christmas treat.
Yeah, it was like a year or two ago when I went on my I watched like 50 horror films that are Christmas horror films in
Yeah,
like one season or whatever. I made
you
like a
did it.
list. I think I wrote an article on our website
You
saying,
did.
hey,
It's on there.
it's
Yeah,
on
it's like a
there. There it
top
is.
25, I
Yeah,
think is what
something
you
like
did.
that.
Maybe I'll
Yeah.
read it.
I
No.
don't think so.
Yeah, it's on there.
Can
There's
you
still
read, Randy?
you
No,
can't.
absolutely
I don't
not.
There's
think
a lot
so.
of good Christmas horror movies we haven't talked about yet. There's maybe not a lot, but there are still some. We've done a lot of them already. So get those votes in. You got a whole month. We'll see what movie we're talking about this December. Patreon, we are back to dropping new mini casts over on Patreon every other Friday. We just dropped one last Friday on Halloween, Hell House LLC Lineage. Your boy Rand
Ooh.
Diesel's talking about that. Next up, dropping on Friday, November 14th, is your boy me talking about the Black Phone
Our
Deuce.
Chinese correspondent,
Me.
Mr. Me.
Me.
All
Mr.
right.
Me.
Yeah, check it out over on Patreon. That's all we
The
got.
black phone, the big black phone of Deuce, you say?
The big black phone of Deuce.
Deuce. Wow. We're entering whole new
Fuck.
uncharted territories with that.
That's that Deuce phone, baby.
I see. But it looked like it was winter themed. Is it winter themed?
Oh yeah, it takes place during like this absurd blizzard at
All right.
a summer camp.
Oh,
Hell
But it's
yeah,
like
dude.
it's a winter camp.
I'm right on schedule.
okay.
I don't know if those really exist because like schools are not
Hmm.
out for winter, you
Wow.
know? They're
Are they wait, so they were attending in the
They
movie,
were
they're attending
actually
a
in
camp?
going to school, like a
they
yeah.
were yeah,
Or they
so
just happened to wind up at a camp
well, this
ground?
the setup is the kids are the main kids from the first movie are a little bit older, so they
Uh-huh.
sign up to be counselors in training. So they're gonna go be counselors, and they're supposed to get there the day before all the kids show up. So like there is gonna be like a
What
winter camp full of
a
kids,
What? That doesn't make
which
any
doesn't
sense.
it doesn't, but the kids don't show up because of the blizzard. That's like the sort of beginning of the movie. So
Oh, I'm
What?
confused.
that
Make
makes
any
a lot of sense. Maybe that's what they do in
Oh.
Colorado. I don't know. We're
I don't. It's not like it's not permanently winter in Colorado. I want you to know that.
Weird. Hmm.
no,
Give you that information.
it is a winter movie though, to be clear. There's not a
Yeah.
That's
blizzard in
so
the summer. Yeah.
strange. Like,
Hmm.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I'll listen to
Whatever.
that minicast. I won't do that either.
Check it out.
Right after you listen to this episode.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Do you guys have things to plug?
Not me.
You want to
I
make some stuff up? You can.
don't think I've got anything to plug this week.
Do I want to make some stuff up? I don't know. I'm taking improv classes, so I'm gonna yes and this.
I'm going to the moon this weekend, so check out in the news. See me there.
Whoa.
I'll wave to you.
The first soju on the
It's
moon.
gonna be Soju the Man on the Moon.
Yeah, so do the man on the moon. So
Soju the man on the moon.
Yeah.
Get it now in stores right now.
hmm
Eggnog flavored. The thickest soju you've ever had.
Oh
know
my
what? We should have thrown up the Janus
Oozy.
signal last week, so we'd have a good
Ooh.
Janus.
We can throw it
Ooh.
up this week.
Yeah, but we won't need it next week.
We always need the
Well,
Janus
that's
signal.
true. Yeah. Well, maybe
Janus
he
signal
should.
is
He
never
should start.
needed.
We should throw it up so he can start preparing for a good Christmas themed Janus call.
Yeah, yeah. Or
Give him some time to
Thanksgiving.
prepare.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the most successful episode we've ever made for
Oh,
sure.
for sure.
We're spending endless time on
I don't know. It's
anything.
going to compete with Burial Ground, So I mean, it's hard to.
Yeah, that movie was ass.
But that cast is quite good.
It
Oh,
is
such a good
so good.
so good.
I mean, comparatively.
To the
Oh, yeah.
film.
So, yeah, I think we're squeaky clean then.
Quick,
Where's KKK?
Where's
Where's KKK?
Let's get into the main event. We're talking
God.
Heartland of Darkness, and we're kicking it off with the back of the box.
There's no delay. I'm just afraid to hit this button.
What's on the back of the box?
Oh God, Bob, tell me you did not spend the legal American tender on this.
I do not own this brick of shit, but I will say this. I forgot, like, last football season. I think it was last season, or if not, it was like no, yeah, it had to have been last season because Jags have not played the Packers yet. I made a wager with Naderade. He propositioned me actually. He's a Packers fan. I'm a Jags fan. And they were playing. He's like, whatever team loses, they gotta buy the other person a Blu-ray. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. So the Jags lost, as I pretty much knew they would. And he wanted me to buy him a copy of Heartland of Darkness like a year ago. Totally forgot about this. So I bought it and sent it to him. The only reason I remember this is because I looked it up on Amazon to see if the disc existed. And it did. And it said that I bought it a year ago. And I was like, no fucking way. And I went to my shelf to look. And I was like, yeah, I
Bob,
don't
that feels
own
like a
this.
common phenomena for you, though, doesn't it?
But then I looked at the address.
No
I sent
way.
it
I
to.
bought this before?
Oh
I looked-
shit! There's 3 of them on my shelf.
I looked at the address I sent it to, and it said fucking Naderade, and it all came back to me, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" There's this whole sort of
It's all
explanation for this
coming
movie.
back, it's all coming back
So,
to
All
us
right.
Heartland of
now.
Darkness is on Blu-ray. Visual Vengeance put it out, and they almost exclusively, I believe they do exclusively release movies that are shot on video. So they all look not so great. Heartland of Darkness, the majority of it was shot on video back in 1991. Actually, I think all of it was, but it just was not assembled and finished until 2022, and in which it was put out on Blu-ray by Visual Vengeance. So you'll see whenever you look it up on IMDb, it'll say 2022, and you'll hit play on Tubi if you want to do that, and you're like, "There's no fucking way this was shot in 2022. It doesn't make any sense." So that's why 91 to 2022.
Okay.
Heartland of
does explain
Darkness. This is unrated, runtime of an hour and 42 minutes, directed by Eric Swelstad, also written by Eric Swelstad, stars Dino Tripodis, Nick Baldassare, Shayna Thomas, Sharon Klopfenstein, John Dunleavy, Linnea Quigley's also in this for a few minutes. Mary Alice DeMoss, Lee Page, Ray Beach, Elmo Smalley, Ralph Scott, Sid Sullivan, Wesley Coleman, Dallas Dan Hessler, Charles Grabb, Kirk Adler, Kelly Barrett, Roy McCombs, all names we are intimately familiar with.
I love using the filibuster. It's great.
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Fucking Naderade. That's how it goes. Plot synopsis brought to you by IMDb is as follows. Single father Paul Hinson purchases a newspaper in the small town of Copperton, Ohio, and moves there with his teenage daughter Christina. The two soon come to realize that the townsfolk led by evil Reverend Donovan are actually Satanists?
Satanists? What is that? Oh.
I know this is the first time watch for all of us. Would you recommend the folks at home check out Heartland of Darkness? Rand Diesel, kick us off.
No, I would not. This is not a film that I would feel comfortable having to then address with somebody who watched it on my recommendation. I value having teeth, and I don't want them knocked out of my skull by somebody who's sworn vengeance upon me.
Damn.
No, I wouldn't recommend this movie. I will say that there are some nuances to my opinion on this, but overall, no. Don't watch this movie, man. You don't need to watch this movie.
All right. Juice, what about you?
No, Bob. I would not recommend you check this movie out unless you just want to see some Yabos, in which case I would recommend that
there
you
are
check
better
it out.
options. Have you heard of something called pornography? Because that
No.
exists.
What? Tell me about this.
But Randy, this
Wow.
has a story.
But this is free, Randy. Where else can you
If
see?
you're going to tell me the
free
Bear Witch
pornography?
Project Part 3 doesn't have a story, I'm going to call you a filthy liar.
Ooh, I'm filthy.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Bob, would you recommend people check this out?
No, I would not recommend it at all in any way. No.
Man, that sucks!
This movie, like I said, is an hour and 42 minutes long, and when you watch it on Tubi, they fuck you in the ass with ads, so it's at least another 15 minutes. It is so long already, and with those ads, I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
I
like,
definitely watched the whole thing, though. So, you know.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Well, then I won't need to
know.
read the plot synopsis. We can just
Oh,
talk about
good.
You know, I definitely.
What'd you think about that ending,
time.
Juice?
Yeah.
We're going to do the Andy Daly bit where we just keep speaking, but nothing of
We
substance.
should have
comes.
each just get like. Got,
I was watching, I'm like,
35
whoa, whoa,
minutes.
30 minutes.
Randy's got 30 minutes. Okay. 30 minutes.
I'm just watching this thing. I'm like, what is going on here? Oh, who said that this was the way to go? I don't know who made this rule, but they're breaking it here, and they're making all kinds of decisions. The decisions made in this movie are just wow. All kinds of things.
Let me tell you, the acting sure is happening.
We have absolutely reviewed far worse movies than this,
Oh
but
yeah,
this
That is
actually,
true.
there was some
That is true.
There was some things entertaining me in this one.
I
Yeah.
made
not
some
gonna lie.
notes
Yeah.
of things that made me laugh, so we can go through
There's-
that if
yeah.
you want.
There's some goofy shit we'll get into. But yeah, this is the only way to really watch this is to halfway pay attention and like laugh over it with friends. That's really the only way.
Mm.
So, that sounds like a medium to lose from you boys here. at
Definitely
Street
medium.
Showing.
loose.
Watch
At
it
worst,
if-
a loose.
Watch it if you just want to have the
At
best time of
worst.
your life, if that's what you're into. So,
Yeah.
we're going to be spoiling this classic piece of cinema,
Hold on
Heartland
to
of
your
Darkness.
Nut sacks. Here we go.
Hold on to your fucking dick. Here comes your spoiler warning.
For your dick.
Spoiler warning.
That's happening.
Oh,
It's just like a
fuck.
delayed response. We're just
I don't
letting the bomber Oh, Bob.
Get your hand off my penis!
All right, Bob, you got that plot synopsis?
All right, Bob, take the floor.
I do.
Synopsize this
There's
bish.
a lot that
I'm-
happens.
There's
Feel free to double space the
I
synopsis, by the way.
definitely watched
I filled
it
the
all.
page, and I'm gonna take my time. We're gonna do this. I'm a
All right.
professional.
All right.
All right.
Mm,
This film
mm.
opens up with some motherfucking dude running through the woods, and he gets intercepted by some losers wearing glasses in the middle of the night in the woods, by the way. Wearing glasses in the middle of the night. They're looking for the negatives. They want them. They need them. The negatives. You with me so far?
Wait.
Tell me some more, Bob.
Roll it
You
back
got
for
it.
me, real quick.
Bob, I want you to tell me more.
They string this dude up and
Oh,
they
yeah,
disembowel
they
him.
do.
They disembowel his ass in the
bet
woods with
they
their
do,
sunglasses
Bob.
on.
Oh.
Then we cut to Mr. Paul Henson and his daughter moving into the small town of Copperton, Ohio to take over the
Oh,
paper, the
yeah.
Copperton Chronicle. Paul immediately hires a secretary and then
Yeah,
an
he
investigative
does.
journalist.
And
Mm.
immediately both times.
Immediately. They find the murdered dude in the woods, and the sheriff says it's drug related, but the journalist says, "Bitch, I have a hunch."
Huge hunch, Bob.
Got a raging hunch. Then we see the creepy Reverend Donovan meet showgirl Linnea Quigley in the graveyard. He tells her these new folks in town must be integrated. Then she pops them titties out and they make out in the graveyard.
Whoa, Bob. Yeah.
Oh
Boss,
my.
Come on.
The decorum. My goodness.
She pops them yabos out and they make out in the graveyard.
Okay.
Whoa.
That's more G-rated for the,
Good.
you know.
Paul goes to church service. The Reverend says a bunch of weird fucking bullshit. Then he goes over to the hardware store and sees a bunch of weird fucking bullshit in the back room, like some dead animals and bloody crosses and stuff. The reporter goes to the library, and all the books have lines redacted. Then the Reverend goes to the hardware store to kill the owner for not locking up his back door, revealing all the weird fucking bullshit. Linnea tries to seduce your boy Paul, but he's not having it. He says, "No, thank you, girl.
Mm,
No,
why?
I
Why do you
won't
think he
do
did
it. I'm a
that?
man of principles."
I see.
No. Then the organist is murdered because she's about to leave town. They find her dead. And
Yeah,
that
totally.
doesn't really do anything. Then a nurse is murdered and 12 babies are taken for a ritualistic sacrifice on the beach. Strangely enough, the sheriff still won't help with the investigation, even though they find 12 burned babies on the beach. He's just like, no, it's fine.
Maybe he's still just deeply, very much on the hunt for a real uniform, I think.
Yeah, so that's weird. Your boy Reverend Kane shows up and he says he's investigated hundreds of cults and can totally help your boy Paul with his investigation. So he does. And Paul says that's really tight. And then they go talk to
He
this
says
dude.
That
They go talk to this dude
tight,
named
bro.
Dobson.
We got
Dobson
over
here.
We got Dobson here, yeah.
See,
Mhm.
nobody
Nope,
cares.
but nobody
That's a Jurassic
cares.
Park reference right there.
In 91.
That's a
blue.
dinosaur movie. If anybody.
And they go talk to him because he did ritualistic killings about a decade ago, and his voice is silly. And
Okay.
then they don't really
Oh,
learn a
man.
fucking thing,
Mhm.
and then they leave. But his voice is silly. Then they go ask Reverend Donovan about the baby murders, and he's like, guess what? I'm not helping y'all. And they're like, man. And then they go to the mayor, but the mayor doesn't care because guess what? He's in the cult. He's in the cult, so he won't
He's in,
help them.
he's in the cult.
He's
I
inside of
see.
it.
The
He's in
Colt
it.
45.
There's gonna be
Yes.
some hell to pay here.
And
He's
then,
in.
and then Donovan makes the counselor kill himself with a needle
Uh-huh.
full of drugs or whatever. The counselor,
Oh,
which
the
we know a
DA.
lot about. He's an
That's
important
an
character.
He's an
interesting way to
important
kill
character that we are.
yourself.
Yeah. And then Reverend Kane, he goes to see Donovan, and then Donovan kills him.
Hmm.
And then the
Mhm.
reporter makes out with Paul after he says his wife was killed by a drunk driver. And then Paul says he really hopes it wasn't out of pity, but we all know it was.
God, that sounds quite impotent.
Oof.
Yeah, yeah. And then, and
Uh-huh.
then,
Hmm.
Linnea tells the reporter that she needs to
Hmm.
back off her man because Linnea wants that dick. But
Hmm.
then she goes over to Paul's to get that dick, and she just straight up puts his hand right on her yabo,
Hmm.
and he's like, "No, girl, you gotta leave."
Hmm.
And then she leaves.
He is a just and sexless man.
I definitely
And
saw
then,
that scene.
and then the sheriff shows Paul Kane's body, and Paul finds, guess what? The negatives in his hat. He
What
finds
is
them.
Wait a
on
minute.
the
But they
negatives,
wanted the
Tom?
negatives.
Dude, the crazy thing is, you never find out. That's the crazy thing.
Hmm.
But he finds the negatives. And
Okay.
then the reporter and Paul, they fuck.
Oh, he's not so chaste
They
anymore.
don't
I
use the
see.
negatives against them.
They kind of don't matter at all, but we'll get to that
Justin,
maybe.
they
And
fucked.
then,
Okay, let's stay
and
focused
then,
here.
and
Okay.
then,
Okay.
and then Donovan threatens to kill Paul, but Paul says, "Nah, bitch, I found the negatives, and if you kill me, you'll never find the negatives." So Donovan doesn't kill him, and then he just lets him go, and he walks away. He just
Okay.
leaves.
That's a normal thing that
Seems
I would do in
reasonable.
that situation. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd do
And
it.
then Paul and the reporter, they take those negatives to this like attorney general guy, but he doesn't really care because guess what? He's in the cult too.
Oh, fuck. So the mayor and the attorney general,
Yeah, the
They're all
AG.
in the pocket of
but
Big Satan.
not the sheriff.
Yeah. Sheriff is just useless, I think. Which is wild. And then there's a very, very low speed chase. Very low speed
Low
chase.
stakes, huh?
Low speed. And they're in cars
Balls.
driving at a very responsible MPH.
Okay.
And Paul, he decides he doesn't want to be in the chase anymore,
Hmm.
I
which is
just don't
very
want to be in this
understandable.
chase anymore.
And so he just like pulls off the side road and stops, and the other guys,
Keep
They
going.
kind of
they're like,
just
cool. And then
go.
they just
They
leave.
just keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. They're
They're
just
like,
like,
that's cool.
should we stop? I don't want to stop. I don't feel like stopping.
Yeah.
And then there's a
Yeah.
really badass fight scene, I think, right
Yeah.
after that,
Yeah,
right,
and then a
Bob?
And then
beefcake comes in and torches the
and
place.
then and then
Uh-huh.
your boy Paul, he walks into a gas station,
Hmm.
and then this fucking hunk of a man, no shirt, but with a flamethrower,
And
A
grease.
butane torch.
a butane. Yeah, let's not get crazy.
Yes, let's not go crazy here, you know?
A very small butane.
Yes.
He wants to burn Paul's asshole, and then
God damn.
Paul says, "Nuh-uh, girl," and throws that giant man just straight through the window.
Yeah, that's what you do with a
And
giant
that's the
man,
end of the
you know?
fight.
Yeah.
I'm the Joker, baby.
And that's
And
the end of the
then
movie. That was it.
I have so much more. And then the Copperton Chronicle explodes. It blows up.
Oh yeah, and a
And
very convincing explosion.
it's real. It's real.
It's
And
a real
then
explosion.
Donovan strangles Linnea with her yabas out, of course.
I definitely watched
Um,
that scene too.
That's what you pay
because
for, right?
she failed him,
Hmm.
so she must die.
Yes, yes,
Then the
yes.
sheriff all of a sudden does want to arrest Donovan. I don't know why, he just does. And then Paul and the reporter take the negatives to the governor.
Hmm.
But guess what?
He's sure to take it seriously.
He's
He does.
not in the cult yet.
Okay.
So he sees the negatives and he
oh.
goes, "Oh boy, we gotta do something about these negatives right here." And
Just
then
innocent, man.
they walk outside and he gets murdered with a gun.
Oh yeah, he gets DC snipered.
Yeah, so they assassinate his ass, and then Paul's daughter is stolen for a ritualistic black mass, where they want to feast on her virgin blood. But Paul and the reporter show up, and they're like, "No, no, thank you, girl." And they start blasting some asses, and then there's a helicopter, which probably costs a lot of money, and it's flying around.
Mm-hmm.
They fly around
Almost
in
the
that
budget right there.
for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got Donovan running, and he's like, "Oh, there's a cliff." And then Donovan's like, "Fuck it, I'll jump off the cliff." So he does. And then they're like, "Oh, he's dead. He must be dead. That's it." And then the cops, they're like making Paul's daughter
Do not
better.
seek a body.
They're patching up the daughter, and she's like, "That's cool, thank you." But turns out, surprise, surprise, Donovan is one of the cops, and then he says "bitch" and then shoots the reporter, which is rude. Which is rude as hell.
Yeah, he's just not a class act. This guy.
And he also, guess what though? He takes Paul's daughter for the second time. Stole her.
Damn.
Nobody gives a fuck.
And he takes her ass back to the church, which obviously is the last place to look for him. So that was smart.
Nobody's
back to
gonna
the
know
church.
to go there.
But Paul's really smart, and he says, "Well, that's the last place I should look, so I'm gonna make it the first place I'm gonna look." So he goes there first, and he finds them, and they fight for a while, and they go up a balcony, and then Paul falls off the balcony, but then he catches himself, and then he swaps places with Donovan and throws Donovan off the balcony, and then Donovan falls and impales himself on a cross, and Donovan he dies, and then Paul and his daughter hug it out, and we roll credits.
I'll tell you, Harry. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
All right.
So
All
that
right.
is Heartland of Darkness.
Darkness.
I see.
So yeah,
Darkness.
there are some things in this movie that I did find humorous. There's some things that are just like baffling in a slightly humorous way. One thing was like the immediate hiring of a secretary who just walks in off the street and he's like, "I'm here for the job. Hey, can you type? 80 words a minute. You're hired." And then immediately after that, the love interest slash reporter, a New York Times staff reporter, just decides to come down to a small town in middle America just to get away from it all. And
She's
it
on a
just so
special
happens-
team, though, of investigative
We find
reporters.
that out later.
Yeah,
That's
and she
true.
keeps that to herself, and that's a big reveal that means a lot.
I don't understand
For the
why
plot.
that would be necessary to hide from your collegues.
Why would they
Like, the
just hire you
person-
to be an investigative reporter anyways? Whatever. Like, why?
Why not just go there like, "Hey, I'm hunting down this story. You want to be part of it? You're a small town paper,
got
but
a
the New York
hunch.
fucking Times staff reporter."
I got a hunch, boy.
Oh
And he
man.
also said he was like, so he worked for the Chicago Tribune or something like that. I was like, so simultaneously, these two entirely disparate characters just were like, we want to get away from it all. I'm going to go to the smallest town in America where there is a paper that is defunct and revive that, and then get hired there just to get away from it all. You know? Yeah, very fun, very fun.
I thought the
Yeah.
preacher was pretty entertaining through a lot
He's
of it.
absurd. Yeah.
Dude,
That dude,
Fucking glasses.
his
the smarm is off the charts with
his
this man.
get up at the end when they're doing the black mass, dude. I legit like did a spit.
When he says, "Prepare the bitch," that got
Oh
me.
my god, he's
Dude.
got this
When
kind
he
of like
breaks out the
leather
fucking-
straps, and it's like got a skull in the middle. Some
He like jumps between like a priest outfit and like a leather daddy sort of Satanist thing, and then occasionally like a Rick Springsteen
Oh
pop
my
80s
god.
pop star get up. It's very fun.
Yeah,
And
he's
yeah,
got like the
he and his
red, the
crew.
bright red fucking button up with the leather
Mhm.
jacket.
But
Looks good to
the
me.
most compelling piece of his outfit is,
Jesus.
of course, the most half-cocked smile any man has ever pulled off in existence, consistently at all times, regardless of the emotion trying to be conveyed.
Also,
Um,
too, with that black
Very funny.
mask, the dad is there with a gun in his robes. They're hidden in robes. The woman, the reporter came also too. She didn't bring a gun for whatever reason. She's also in the robes. She did bring a
Mhm.
Bible though, which actually seemed to kind of work, I guess. Um,
Sure.
but they waited until the daughter's clothes were cut off
Yes.
to reveal themselves.
And also got very little pushback from anybody.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody just scattered. To be fair, he did
Yeah.
have a shotgun, but
okay,
and he blasted somebody.
here's a thing that fucked my brain over. At a
Okay.
certain point in this movie, they go and see the D or the attorney general of the state, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, this is important stuff. We're gonna talk." And he's in the cult. He's in the cult the whole time. You can tell he's in the cult the whole time because he's in the cult, and he says something to the effect of like, "Oh, it's a special number code 35 or some shit like that" to somebody on the phone. It's like, yeah, he's in the cult or whatever. They arrest him after like all this happens. They like the who is it? The governor gets shot or whoever it is gets
Yeah,
shot,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and
the
they get
sniper.
taken into custody and questioned, and then it cuts to the priest Donovan saying, he'll be questioned for hours. Let's do the black seance tonight. The black mass is now. And then we cut back to our hero not locked up and just infiltrating their whole operation with no explanation how or why he got away from anybody or like what happened? What happened to the hours of questioning that he was supposed to be under? I guess they just got done. They got tired of his
They
ass. I
wrapped.
don't know.
Yeah, they wrapped it up,
But
You know
he
basically.
what?
just did it
This
by
is
the
a
book, you
it's
know.
Hmm.
look. I know the governor was murdered, and we need to question you, but it's after 5, my guy. I gotta get
I am
home.
starving.
Cheers is coming on.
Also, too, was that just the regular underwear that the teenage daughter was wearing? Was that just her
Dude,
regular day-to-day
outfits,
I
lingerie?
guess.
outfits. You want to talk about outfits? The younger daughter, like every woman in this film, is like clearly like a centerfold model and not an actress, except for Linnea, who's both. And so there's this scene where we know Linnea is sort of like going to be like like going to be fucking with the family in some way or whatever, trying to get in their heads. And she approaches the daughter, whose name I forget, at high school, at her locker, where she is wearing like nothing. Basically, she's wearing basically a bralette, and Linnea's
Linnea's
wearing
regular outfit. Yeah,
wearing
basically.
like a ripped tee or whatever, like leather bustier sort of thing or whatever. And she says, "Hi, yeah," like and acts like she's a teacher. So what the fuck? Like, there's no dress code at this school
And the
whatsoever.
stuff that they're
Like,
talking about too, she's like, "What do you think of our curriculum?" And she says something
yeah,
like,
like
"Yeah,
oh, I'd never heard of
you're
Aleister Crowley
and Hitler." She's like, "And your
and
thoughts
Hitler.
on
You've got some
Hitler are
interesting points
quite
of view on
interesting." I
Hitler.
was like, Jesus Christ.
Like Jesus,
Is
like
it 2025 already?
you're ahead of schedule, ladies and gentlemen. Um,
This must have came
no,
out recently. Damn.
but it was the outfits. It's like I would love if teachers would just dress like Linnea Quigley. Like that's just what teachers. That's a
Yeah.
teacher's uniform.
I
Yeah,
Let's
mean,
why
do
not?
it. Let's
at
implement
Wolfson
that.
High School in Jacksonville, Florida, that was the pretty standard
Ooh,
dress code right there.
that's the one. Man,
The dads were very involved in the students' learning. It's
I don't
very
think, by
involved.
the way, I don't think Wolfson's a school anymore, right? Isn't
What?
it
I
not
don't
a
know.
school anymore or something?
I think it is,
Oh,
as far as I
really?
know.
Or
I
they
don't know.
changed it to like a magnet school or something?
It was always a magnet school. It's just not
Yeah,
a
it
good magnet
was.
school.
Oh, well, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
God
You,
damn.
you went there.
Yeah, I'm a
This is
magnet.
this is one of those
It's
like
a school for
It's a
magnets.
magnet for leather bustiers. I'll tell you that.
I
this is one of
became a
those
magnet and here I am. living
For
it
those
up.
like, how high does it go? How high does it go? How high does it go? One of those movies where they just keep fucking saying that and they keep trying to figure out like who they can trust, but everybody they turn to is
Oh
like
yeah.
Oh, I see what you
crooked.
mean. Yes.
One of those things. They
Yeah,
must say
yeah.
that in this movie like 20 times. Like, oh my God.
Hey, can we talk about the silly voice? What is it, Black Dobson? That
Dobson?
guy.
Yeah.
He, the way that they describe him at first, I don't remember. Like Kane was like, "Ah, yes, Dobson, Black Dobson, an
Yeah. I was
evil
like, damn,
wretch," or
that
something. I
sounds
was like, "Oh
fucked up.
no,
Yeah.
are we going? Are we gonna just go ahead straight into the racism? We hadn't gotten to the Hitler part yet."
Yeah.
And he's not black. He
Just
is
so
that's just a fun nickname for a guy who clearly
it's just really
watches
fun.
way too much Metalocalypse.
You're talking about
And
the guy in prison, right? The guy that's
yeah,
Yeah.
in jail.
he sounded like that dude. I can't remember the dude's name from our high school, Rob, but who you know exactly what I'm talking about because he gave us his demo and it was just like the worst James
Oh,
Hetfield impression imaginable.
what was
Yeah.
that?
But he just
Oh
spoke
my
like that.
God,
This
what was
actor
that
just
band's
spoke like that at
called?
all times.
It was
Um,
called
oh,
Shell
I
Turd
Yeah,
Hell.
Sheltered Hell.
yes,
Turd.
sheltered hell.
Dude,
Yes,
classic, dude. Oh
sheltered
my
hell.
God.
Shell
Yes,
Shit
yes.
Hell is the name of the
I don't know
band.
That
if we
dude
should
was
be
so
revealing that much, but whatever.
squirrely.
It's done now. What else we
Um,
got to talk about?
Dobson, yeah, they go to see Dobson, and he's like sitting down, and the first thing he says is like, "You fucking son of a bitch." It's like, okay,
I
I don't.
literally wrote down, ah ha 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 ha. He talks in permanent Metalocalypse voice.
At
He
the end,
talks
he's like,
funny.
I didn't tell him anything. I didn't
Ah,
tell him
yeah,
anything. And I thought something was gonna like pop up, but it didn't.
yeah, or something like, but
Also,
no,
too,
nothing
they
does.
tease
And he
way too
never
much
comes back.
cool shit. Like when the beefcake shows up and he's got the torch, I was like,
Yeah,
okay, what are we gonna do here? And then the dude just like tosses him a box
Yeah,
and he
hmm
catches it and then he throws him out the window.
yeah.
And
Paul
then he just
somehow.
walk and the reason
brains
he had
over
to fight him
bronze, oh
anyways is
Jew.
because he couldn't, the door was locked for some
I,
reason,
I
and the
forgot
door he
about
just
that.
came in, and then he throws him through the window and walks through the door.
Oh, and
I
also, this
forgot
is not
about that.
awesome. This is not an awesome setup to then pay off, but it was a setup of some kind. The guy running the gas station just has rats. He's just a
Yeah,
rat guy, and they just
weird.
talk about the rats for a few seconds there, and just like,
Hey,
those are
man,
my babies, or
Baby.
something like
nice
Willard
rats.
ass fucking.
That's weird.
What the fuck, rat guy? What
I
is
thought
your
that dude
deal?
was
Why
gonna
are
be
you
in
in
on
this
it.
movie, rat guy?
Because cults and rats
Was he part?
go
They didn't
together.
even.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, man. I just don't know.
I know.
Also, when they find when they go to the quarry, Kane and whatever his name is go to the quarry, and they find like the newborn baby bones. Like, oh
Oh
my
my
god, these
god.
bones, newborn babies. It is clearly jawbones from like sheep and fucking goats and horses. These are bigger than babies themselves. These
I thought that
bones.
too. Like I was kind of confused.
They have
They're
teeth
big bone
bigger than
babies.
a baby's head. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? What are you trying to pull on me?
I
Those are
also
big
thought
bone
I
babies.
saw a
It's a
hand that
big
had a
bone baby.
ring on it at one point, and I was like so
Yeah,
confused. I
what's
was like,
the
"What's?"
ring? Yeah, I don't know, man. That's some like, oh, that's some Twin Peaks shit. Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
also like when they confront whatever Father Donovan for the first time, and he's like painting. He's like, "Oh, your cross is upside down." He's like, "So it
Oh
is,"
my
and he's like,
god.
he's been like less than subtly soliloquizing about like about shit this whole movie, but then he's just like, "Well, I don't follow your ancient gods," or he just immediately just gives up the
Yeah,
ghost and is
he
like,
really does.
"People listen to what I say here." It's like,
I'm
why are you
fucked
telling
up.
Van Helsing your entire plan here? Like, what the fuck? I know you've got like it turns out that he has quite a bit of control. I get it, but it's just like the ungodly amount of smarm coming off of this man could only be demonic sent.
Oh man.
Did y'all think Paul looked kind of like a smaller Mark Ruffalo? I was getting that vibe from him.
He's a
Yeah.
bushy-headed dude. I
Yeah.
guess I don't know.
I see where you're
That is
coming
something that
from.
we can say
That
and
was
talk
definitely
about
like a
and debate about.
90s look though, like
Yes.
the
Yes.
dark,
Yeah.
hair and yeah.
Man,
Whenever
What else?
whenever Paul first rolls into town, he immediately hires two people and he walks outside and he sees the sheriff, whom I assume he's never met before. He fucking runs directly at him and goes, "Hey sheriff, got any news for us?" Like
Yeah.
fucking
And the sheriff, it
immediately.
returns like not even in kind, like higher. He like amps like he's like, I'm sick of you fucking people coming after us. Let us do our jobs. Like, what the fuck?
The
Have you guys
sheriff was
even
kind of
talked
funny.
before?
Yeah.
The sheriff was kind of funny, but not like I don't think very intentionally funny. He's like a little bit of a boss hog to start with,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know.
There was this
He's
crazy
completely
cut
pointless.
that like right after Linnea Quigley like puts Paul's hand on her tit and he like kicks her out. There's like this cut from that scene to the very next scene where he's talking to the sheriff and it opens up with the sheriff's face just like on screen screaming like "Don't fuck with me, Henson!" And the cut
Dude.
from like the tit to that is like ridiculous.
Dude, every cut in this is insane, and especially around that guy. Like, I found the quote, I wrote it down. Goddamn bloodsuckers! Here's a scoop, and then it hard cuts to him telling the reporter a real scoop. He's like, "Actually, there was a murder today." Like, not even actually, just like there was a murder today. It was a very
Yeah.
violent murder. You want to come by and check it out? Get your own ride. And that, like, why did you say it like that? Then it's like, I'll give you a tip. Sometimes it's really helpful if you turn off your Christmas light, put out your Christmas lights for the whole year, and just don't turn them on until the season comes on. Like, it's like, what the fuck? You just like, what the fuck? I don't know how to even verbalize what this man is doing. He's just angrily saying things that he's not, as if he's not going to do that thing, and then he just does it casually. It's
Mm.
very fucking weird.
Did y'all know that Linnea Quigley went on a local talk show called Columbus Close Up to promote the film, and she spoke very highly of the production and the professionalism of the locally sourced crew?
I did know that.
I thought you might.
Yeah, I
I
read
thought
that
you might.
somewhere. Mm-hmm.
Most people
Heard it.
know. Most people know that.
Mm.
Did you know that a crew member bought pig intestines from a slaughterhouse to use for the dismembered body, then left them in a barrel in his garage over the weekend before the shoot? They had become rancid, and crew members smeared Vicks Vapor Rub under their noses in a fruitless attempt to mask the stench.
I did, yeah. I
I
think
ain't
I
any
heard
more
that.
fun today. I don't think I'm gonna be able to take it.
I
thought you
just
might know
can't
that.
take the fun of
Did
this
you
Fun
guys
is
movie.
too
know
much
that
for
Nick
me.
Baldassare, who played Reverend Donovan, is usually cast as a protagonist, but he cited this as his favorite film role because he got to portray a villain who was
Okay.
practically Shakespearean?
Legitimately, you can tell because
Shakespeare.
this dude he's
He's, you
putting
know
it
what?
out
He's
there.
bringing it. He's
He is
bringing
Yeah.
it.
bringing his game.
He's
He
having a
goes to
good
11.
time.
He
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't fault him for it because if I'm in a production
It's
of this level, I
entertaining.
might also be as insane as I could
It
be.
is
But
entertaining.
I'm
Yeah.
glad he had a good time.
He
Yeah,
did. He
Good
did.
the
for
best
him.
time.
The
Hey,
level of
did you?
acting in this movie make it reminds me of like the 90s Goosebumps show. It's like kind of right there.
That's unkind to Goosebumps, I would say.
Yeah, that's I don't know about that.
I apologize.
Poor
Yeah.
Goosebumps. um, I will say this:
It's
like,
right about
I'm
there.
there's a did you guys notice in the scene with the what is it, the DA or whatever it was, the DA, the counselor? Um, they're sitting there talking to him. He's like sweating bullets or whatever. He's like, I don't know, like I don't know anything. What do you want to know? And he's like the most suspicious man that's ever walked the earth. Um, and then the the field reporter, the love interest, whatever her name is, her exclusive role for like the first half of this movie is to silently sit there, be interrupted sometimes, and then quietly point out a clue to the actual star of the movie and have him comment upon that. And so she noticed, she like points out like, hey, like she like nudges him or whatever and points at the desk, and there's just the biggest fucking goat head that's been bejeweled and
Yeah.
shit, like the most plainly like spirit of Halloween demonic toy ever. And the guy goes, bad choice in paperweights, counselor, or some
You
shit
got
like that.
lousy
It was-
taste in paperweights.
I thought that
Sick
was
burn.
so fucking funny. Like that woman has nothing to offer this movie for so long except just being in meetings with this guy and just being like, "Hey, look, there's no words in this Bible," but not even saying that, just like showing it, having no lines, just showing that. Ah,
Mm.
it's great. She
Also,
might
what
as well
a
be
thing
like
of
a
the
fucking Blue's
past.
Clues paw print.
Paperweights. I mean, that's, kids won't even know what paperweights are.
Kids don't know what paper is. They don't know what Bibles are. They don't know what weights are. They don't know what paperweights are.
Yeah.
Kids.
They're
In
really
fairness, we don't know
missing
what
out.
6'7" is.
I know, Randy. I know exactly
I
what
know
it
all
is.
about it.
Well, the minute that I found out about 6'7" was the moment that it became cringe and shitty to say. So like
Oh, Randy knows it.
we're already done.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I'm the
He's
bar. If you
shitty
cross me, baby, it's done.
40.
Oh
Well,
my.
not quite that.
He's old as
Well,
shit.
that's that's
That's the
Heartland
movie.
of Darkness. I have nothing
Yeah.
else to say about it. It's on
Uh,
Tubi.
Yeah.
There,
Check it out.
there
don't
you
check it
go.
out.
Check it out there if you want to do that.
Skip to the end.
Let's rate this out of 5. Randy, go.
So yeah, I like I said, the nuance I have for this movie, and in all seriousness, we have watched worse movies. I have seen movies that like were this bad and bored me to tears. This one did bore me. It was too fucking long, but it did not bore me quite that much. And there are moments that had me literal laugh out loud, laughing at how stupid it is. So it's got some of that no so bad it's good quality to it, but it's not nearly so bad it's good enough. So I'm giving it a 1.
Randy gave it a very generous 1. Juice, how do you feel?
Yeah, this wasn't even so bad. It was actually kind of funny sometimes. It was ridiculous. Um, but it's not good. It's pretty terrible. And like subjectiveness, acting's bad. The music, we didn't talk about the music. The music was really stupid. There
I
was
didn't
like
even
wind
notice it.
chimes sometimes. Just it was super random, like this film, I guess. But you know what? There's a ton of Yabos. So you get in the half star,
Mm,
and I guess half star for everything else. So solid 1 star. There you go.
solid
Not
1
even the
star.
worst film I've seen. So you failed, Naderade.
Not even the worst film I've seen. That's
Not
on the
even.
back of the box.
I've
Telling you.
seen not even.
And quick
Straight
spoiler
killing
warning on
crew.
this. There are 0 reviews for this movie on Rotten Tomatoes. So the one and only submitted
It's
review
gonna be so not
could
the
be
worst.
not even the
Yeah, not
worst
even
film
the
I've
worst
ever
film I've
seen.
seen. You
That's
failed,
Solid
not even the
Naderade.
worst film I've ever
How does
seen.
it feel to be a
It's not
failure?
bad. It's not even the worst film I've ever seen.
Naderade. Does it feel good to be a failure? I hope it does.
Depends on what his aim was, and I think we all know that it was not to make us enjoy ourselves.
Yeah. Hey,
Bob,
Bob, what do you think?
what
Well,
do
let
you
me
think
tell you.
of this film? Give me a score.
Oh, it's doo doo butthole movie.
Mm,
We've all seen
Is that it?
way fucking worse than this.
yeah.
Yeah, if we watched it together and we're cracking jokes, like we'd probably have a fine time,
I've
but
seen porn worse than this, Naderade. Come on.
that's not the
Stand
case.
by for the Chilloween party next year.
It's always cool to see Lene in something, even if she's like not really being utilized hardly at
She was
all.
utilized, Bob.
She was.
I mean,
Oh
she
my,
was
oh
utilized
my God, the
contractually.
Reverend.
She fulfilled the
Yeah,
obligations. It was very clear.
the obligations were fulfilled. The fucking Reverend
Yes.
was chewing the scenery, which was pretty entertaining. There's
Mhm.
a bunch of silly lines and silly things that happen, and it's silly. So it's a 1 star
Cool.
from all of us. Solid 1 star.
Solid 1 star.
Heartland of Darkness. Check it out. That's
What?
that. We have a voicemail from Naderade,
Oh
Randy.
God.
yeah.
Oh, he
We
thinks he's
have
so
one.
cool.
Um, oop, oop, oop. There it is.
We got a badass
You
over
ready?
here, everyone.
Here comes Naderade with his whatever the fuck justification he's gonna get laid down on this movie. Here we go.
This is Naderade calling in with my review on the Heartland of Darkness. 5 stars. Nobody puts miles in the corner. Bye!
Ripley,
That's the
where did you come from?
librarian sign off. You're not allowed to say TM,
You're not
motherfucker.
allowed to say.
Also, I guess I didn't get the full story. Like, what's going? How does Miles factor into this?
I don't think
situation?
anybody but Naderade gets the full story.
Okay.
I guess he was displeased that we found not Miles's last pick, but the pick before that to be shit, and so this is him getting back at us for that by picking another bad movie. I don't really
He
know.
wishes.
I don't really understand the logic here. I don't think anybody does. But
I see that you know your judo well.
I know my judo well.
thanks for calling, Naderade.
I'm a judo master.
I know judo.
I'm gonna use it to grab your large penis.
I'm sorry. What is where?
Damn.
I don't know if I can yes and that in good conscience. I don't know.
That's part of the skit.
That's Heartland of Darkness. 5-star from Naderade, 1-star from you boys here at Straight Chillin'. Ray and Diesel already said there is no Rotten Tomatoes. I already blew through my trivia. Let's talk Cooter of the Week.
Straight chillin'. Cooter of the week.
Juice, what is a Cooter and why do we hunt them?
Oh, Cooter's character type. Straight chillin'
Straight Chillin'
exclusive. And this is the one segment that's not going to disappoint us, boys, because Cooter has to hit 3 of these 5 points to be considered a Cooter, and we want the Cooter with the most points. I believe we have a strong Cooter this week. The 5 points of Cooterdom are sexual deviance, manipulation, smug arrogance, overall look and attire, and overall patheticness. Boys, you know we got a Cooter this week.
Reverend Donovan.
Let's talk the Rev. Let's talk the Reverend himself. Look at his attire. I'm gonna start off with that. That black mass outfit was killing me. Dude. I think that was my favorite thing about this film. That show is so funny. Got him. I'm looking attire. Got his ass.
Got him.
Sexual deviance. Oh yeah.
I think like.
Oh, yeah.
I felt weird when the father and daughter were having a bonding moment, and he just was repeatedly touching her hair and stuff.
That was
just knowing that she's like a model about 15 years younger than him, maybe. Like it was very fucking weird and a little Pornhub coded. Did not like that. But
weird.
That's a whole different Cooter. So
that was a little weird. Yeah, that's a whole different guy.
Manipulation,
definitely, and smug arrogance, super high on the manipulation. And
both of those
arrogance.
are like through the goddamn ceiling. It's insane.
Yeah.
So patheticness.
I mean, I think so. The way he goes out is like pretty pathetic at the end. All this fucking he has the entire state at his back as a fucking small town faux Catholic Satanist priest, has the entire state at his back and cannot kill this one girl for his stupid fucking black mask. Black mask.
He's like a Jeremiah Sand understudy, really.
Yeah, he really
he is.
He also got his sweet black mass party interrupted, you know. I mean, he didn't make it to finish.
By a guy who was supposed to be in jail but was just not. Yeah.
When he pops up and says bitch and then shoots that girl, it's like so what a ridiculous reveal. He's just a cop. He just is a cop. Like
he's just a cop. I think he hits all 5 boys.
Oh yeah.
I think he's a top tier Cooter right there.
Strong Cooter, yeah.
Is there anybody else you could probably I mean Attorney General? There's a lot of the like underlings.
Just like the whole cult.
Everybody's
don't make me think about this movie more.
Okay. Well, we got it.
Yeah, we got it. He's top tier. Nobody's gonna top the Revy Dawn, as the kids call him.
Revy Dawn.
And 7s. You know.
Revy Dawn over here.
6s and 7s. Oh,
you know, that's what the kids say.
The kids say that.
We got him. Lock him up. Throw away the key. Let's talk about what we've been watching.
Hey gang, what you been watching?
Finishing that review is like taking a huge shit. It's just such a relief.
Which, by the way, I'm
Oh.
surprised you didn't do, Randy.
Did you shit in your chair and you're just sitting in it
Buddy,
really hard?
I'm
Oh,
impacting
boy.
that shit for pain tomorrow. That's
Oh,
what's
pain
happening.
and pleasure.
I love it.
Randy, oh boy, oh no.
I'll show you such shites.
Oh, God.
I got Bob. I knew I'd get Bob.
Well, I mean, it's a
Oh,
poop joke.
Randy,
I mean,
I
come
know.
on.
I'm an easy mark.
Look, sometimes I need that fish in the barrel to make me feel good. Just
That's
let me have
fine.
this.
Randy, what you been watching?
There's quite a backlog. We had a lot going on and a lot of movies that we actually wanted to talk about the last month that we spent a lot of time on. So we didn't get to cover a lot of these. So I'll go through all of it now.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, I played this game UFO 50. I've mentioned that before, which is like a sequence of not a sequence, but an array of like 58-bit style games,
Yeah.
original games that are made as if they were made back in the day, but they're using like a lot of like more modern logic and stuff like that, and modern game thinking or whatever, and how they build it. And like every game I played on it, for the most part, has been at least somewhat enjoyable. But the one that I've liked the best so far is called Minnie and Max, which has this mechanism where you're playing as a girl, a young girl, and she has a dog named Max. The dog barely factors in as far as I can tell. But she's like locked in a bedroom during a party, and she shrinks down to like bug size, and you like jump all over this tiny room that's now huge. It's kind of like Toy Story-ish. It's pretty rad. So I enjoy that quite a bit. One thing I withheld from my Halloween recap was the Evil Dead musical that we went to see, which is the second time we've seen it. The same troupe, they do it yearly up in Baltimore area, and it's just a lot of fun, man. We were right up front. We got splattered like crazy. They used like hoses of fucking fake tempera paint blood. It was it was a lot of fun. A hell of a lot of fun. I recommend you go if you get a chance. Somebody told me on the Slack that they'd gone to see it, but that they used red confetti or glitter instead of like liquid blood, and I just
Sounds
felt
less
so
fun.
bad.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for that, like for both the people producing it and for the people in the audience, because I feel like that had to be a requirement of the venue or something. But yeah, it's so fun to be in that splash zone, man. I definitely recommend it. It basically covers the like Evil Dead 1 and 2, with some twists and with some winks to the camera sort of thing, and some off-color blue humor, of course.
Whoa. Gotta make it blue. Dabba
Gotta
dee
make
dabba
it
die.
blue. Gotta make it blue before you make it red. And then I got to see Streetlight Manifesto for I don't know, like
Oh,
the
they're
8th
still
time they
trucking
came to
around, huh?
town.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really, really sick. It's always fun, and buddy, they're just so. That is one of the most impressively tight bands I've seen live still to this day.
They have new music out and stuff.
They had an album like a year or two ago that I just didn't listen to really at all. They played a few songs from that, which were good, but I just didn't have the frame of reference for it. But of course, they played so many bangers from the
They're
past.
supposed to put a record out this past
That's
June.
what I heard,
and then
yeah.
They pushed it back to fall, and it's like still not out. So I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Thomas Kalnoky is famously
Yeah.
never satisfied with the output. So
They released like 2 singles in June instead of the full record, but the rest of it is supposed to come out soon, I guess.
yeah. So I mean, I'll definitely check that out. They're just so like I can't believe how perfectly timed every aspect of this like fucking 15-person band is, like, and while they're also like fucking jumping and bouncing around like it was any other pop punk band. It's amazing. Great stuff there.
Maybe they'll
Rewatch
make
the Addams.
a straight chillin' version. You know, maybe we could hire them to make a straight chillin' song.
That'd be pretty sick.
Straight Light Chilling Festo.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Mhm.
Then I rewatched the Addams Family Values,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is just a fucking incredible movie. I might rewatch it again since there's such a heavy focus on Thanksgiving, and maybe I'll watch it in summer since there's such a heavy focus on summer camp.
It's all over
What
the
the
place.
fuck's going on with this movie? It's a movie for all seasons. But yeah, that fucking movie is incredible. It is so funny. I love when Morticia is like the family's chained up by Debbie, and Debbie's like giving her monologue or whatever, and Morticia's like, Debbie, you've entrapped Fester. You're stealing from our family. You're going to kill us all. But really, pastels. I love that line so much because that's what pisses Debbie off. It's the best. Anyway, speaking of Goosebumps earlier, we watched The Haunted Mask for the first time in many years, and
Nice.
it's a spooky little kids show, man. It's a good
Yeah,
time.
I like it. Yeah.
That what's her name, like Mary Beth or whatever
Yeah.
the kid character's name is. She does a great job. That actress deserves the credit for it. The fucking special effects not so much, but it's sold by her performance, I think. Um, I watched both Halloween episodes of King of the Hill. Halloween, which is the one where Bobby is almost seduced by a Christian what is it, abstinence pledge or whatever. And Hank convinces him to come out trick or treating. It rules. And then Pygmalion, where fucking what's her name? Luann is hired or like starts dating this pork products manufacturer magnate in his stately mansion, and things go really fucking creepy. And it is definitely the darkest episode of the show. It's amazing. Check those episodes out. One of my colleagues suggested a movie called Burnt Offerings with Betty Davis and a bunch of other people that I either can't remember who they are or I didn't know who they were. And that's more of like a summer rental movie, and buddy, it's a strange one. It's not bad. It's kind of like gothic horror, but it's also not good. Let's be clear. It's closer it's closer in spirit to Heartland of Darkness than it is Babadook. Let's just say that.
All right.
Yeah, I watched that. Watched Connor O'Malley, the stand-up comedian slash psychopath. Saw him do live stand-up. It was fucking amazing. At the end of the
Juice, are you there? They were
Yeah.
your
just.
mayor.
Randy, we just
We
lost
lost
you
you,
for a bit
Randy.
there, my guy.
Oh, really?
Start Connor O'Malley, the
Connor
psychopath.
O'Malley.
Start from there.
Okay. All right. So yeah, watched Connor O'Malley. It was incredible. He ended the set on an active shooter drill, which was just a video of him it's like an AI generated video and like him like looking at his desktop, and you get to see all fucked up shit that he's been looking on his tabs. Like, I don't know. I can't remember what it was. It was very funny. It's just take my word for it. Go check that out. Connor O'Malley's a very funny guy. Shelby Oaks by our esteemed and
What?
hated
Our
rival.
boy?
Yeah, went to see that. Bob, I know you have also seen that. Have you released that mini
Oh,
episode yet?
not
No,
yet.
it'll be coming out at the end of November.
Well, I'm excited to not listen to that and instead talk to you about it because I have thoughts. I have some thoughts.
Whoa.
And you know what? The rivalry lives on. Let's just say that.
All right.
I rewatched Halloween 2018 for the first time in a few years, and I fucking like that movie, man. It's a lot of fun. It's a fucking good movie. It's got incredible Halloween vibes, and yeah, I don't know. I enjoy watching it. Like the brutality of it is pretty great, and it's just very stripped down and simple Halloween Halloween story basically. I rewatched the Out There mega tape WNUF2. Had a decent time watching that. I still prefer the original for sure. That's my personal preference. Rocky Horror Picture Show, rewatch that. Still enjoyable. Still not 100% my thing. And then, of course, on Halloween night, I ended my Halloween happy hour with a viewing of the classic Ghost Watch. So
Nice.
there you go. Backlog complete.
Nice. Juice, what you been watching?
Oh, I also watched Adam's Family Values as well. And
Oh,
yeah, that
nice.
would be I was thinking about like, oh man, we haven't covered any of the Adams Family on here. So
I
that's
almost picked it for my next host pick, but I didn't.
yeah, that's on the list now for me too, to consider for future polls and whatnot. Watch all the classics, you gotta do it. Um Casper, Hocus Pocus, Over the Garden Wall, watched Halloween out of that cookout, driving kind of style. That was fun. Then of course, November 1st, Nightmare Before Christmas. That's the
Of
time you gotta
course.
watch it. That's the time you gotta do it right
The
there.
day, the only day.
It's not the only time you can watch it, it's just the best time you can watch it. That's
Mm.
the only difference.
Yes, we
You
know.
don't want to let it sit.
Mhm.
So I watched that. So yeah, just a lot of the classics. Oh, I rewatched right before Halloween, maybe the night before Halloween. What's the Philippu's new film? Bring Her
Bring
Back.
her back.
Bring Her Back. I rewatched that
Bring her back.
one
Bring her back.
because it's now on Netflix. And when I originally watched it, the version was not so great. So I rewatched that, and yeah, it was good. It held up.
Yeah.
I watched a new Korean film which I guess like blew up at the Toronto Film Festival this past year and is getting all kind of like unique release deals because of it worldwide. So I was like, I gotta check out this buzz. It's called The World of Love. It's the Korean or the English title. And yeah, it was good. Quite sad. It's just a drama. So it's not a horror film or anything, but it was the director's third film that she's released. And I don't know if it's kind of like I haven't seen her other two films, but they have similar kind of English titles, The World of Us and The House of Us. So I don't know if it's kind of like a loose thematic trilogy or something, but I think they all kind of focus on perspectives of kids and stuff and like growing up and stuff like that. So yeah, it was good. It was quite sad. But yeah, I think that's all I've been watching. Bob, what you been watching?
Oh, hey.
Hey
Uh,
there,
y-
guy.
yeah, blasted through some of the must-watch movies. We put on Halloween 1 and 3 while we were carving jack-o'-lanterns earlier this week. Also watched Beetlejuice, watched Ginger Snaps. Also, I had to go back and catch up on Joe Bob's Splatterween double feature because he was doing that the same night we were having our Chilloween party. And it was their 200th episode of The Last Drive-In, which is kind of crazy to consider. They showed Clown in a Cornfield and the classic Halloween film, Jack O. Everybody loves
Oh
Jack
yeah.
O.
When you
And
say it was
they
the
also,
200th episode, was it the 200th
yeah,
movie or 200th episode? You
yes,
know?
both, because each episode's a movie, so it's the
Okay, well, I know
same
they
thing.
usually double up and triple up and things like that, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't sure if those counted as
Oh,
one
I get your question now.
unit or
Yeah, it
not.
was 200th movie slash show because
Gotcha.
they
Okay.
did the double and then they did the single for a while and then now they only do the doubles like once a month. They keep changing the format. So,
Did he
um,
go into the fucking drama that we talked about at
yeah.
length on
He
the
did.
commentary?
The
Yeah,
commentary.
he did mention the commentary
Nice.
and like how hilarious it is because that Jacko commentary is still to this day my favorite commentary of all time.
We covered that during COVID. I'm pretty sure I was in a quarantine hotel at the time when we covered that. I have
Damn,
this distinct memory of that.
that's wild.
I know.
Um, that was cool to watch though. He had Guar, the band Guar, on there, and they played a handful of shows and or a handful of songs on the show, and then sat in and talked to them about Jacko a little bit and about their music, obviously.
All right.
Um, So that was pretty cool. Also, I have watched the first two episodes of It Welcome to Derry, that new HBO Max show,
Hmm.
and I am enjoying it more than I really thought I would so far,
Okay.
anyways. I've still, I've never read the gigantic 1,000-page novel It.
What?
So I don't really know a lot about these little stories, but this is set in the 60s, the early 60s, I believe, in Derry, of course. And it's got one familiar character that I won't spoil, one character that I do recognize from another Stephen King property that was really interesting to me. And I don't know if that's actually in the book. I don't want to spoil it, but I find it very interesting. Some pretty cool kills. It's very goofy. It's got some zany shit going on. So I think it's been kind of polarizing so far. But I'm having fun with it. It starts at 11. Like they come out the gate swinging on this. So it's they're not holding back by any means.
Would you
Um,
qualify it as how does it compare in terms of like production quality to the films? I'm just curious.
Fairly comparable, I would say.
Okay, cool.
Maybe a slight step down, but not much for my eye. Pretty
Hmm,
comparable.
okay.
So yeah, been watching that. Blasting through some of the backlog of the Bob's Burgers Halloween episodes because most of those are pretty great, honestly. Um, that might be about it. I think that's about all I really been watching there, fellas. So there you go. The backlog is complete. We do have four voicemails to catch up on too. So let's go ahead
Whoa.
and jump into our hotline screams.
Hotline scream.
If you guys are listening, would like to call and leave a voicemail to be featured on next week's show, hit us up at 904-638-3231. First up, we're going to hear from our friend Chris. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Hey guys, it's Chris again. So sorry for calling 2 weeks in a row. First, I wanted to apologize about my last voicemail. I knew my chick was out of town for work, and I had drinking way too much and stayed up way too late. And I knew I had left a voicemail, but I couldn't remember what I called about. And so I listened to it, and I was like, oh yeah, I sound just as drunk as I actually was. But anyways. The reason I was calling was because, and I had called about this last year leading up to the Halloween special, um, to plead and ask if you would reveal what the other picks were so that we could know what we could.
Did Randy freeze again?
Yeah,
Fuck.
fucking A. Randy, come back.
And that was like something that I rented a lot when I was a kid. You know, when I go to the
Randy,
video store, it was
stop.
one of the old
You
standby.
froze. We
You
gotta start that
froze. You
again.
gotta do it
Oh
all
no.
again.
Okay, let's roll.
Okay.
Tell me, we ready, Rob? Okay,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go.
Hey guys, it's Chris again. So sorry for calling 2 weeks in a row. First, I wanted to apologize about my last voicemail. I knew my chick was out of town for work, and I had drinking way too much and stayed up way too late. And I knew I had left a voicemail, but I couldn't remember what I called about. And so I listened to it, and I was like, oh yeah, I sound just as drunk as I actually was. But anyways. The reason I was calling was because, and I had called about this last year leading up to the Halloween special, um, to plead and ask if you would reveal what the other picks were so that we could know what we could have had in some alternate universe. And then I also wanted to say too, shout out to the Monster Squad mention. I just watched that last night leading up. That's pretty much the only thing I've watched this spooky season so far, but it's just a great movie, and I think that's probably my first exposure to the classic monsters. And I remember watching that. It was like something that I rented a lot when I was a kid. You know, when I go to the video store, one of the old standbys. You know, it's like let's get Monster Squad again. But and Rudy, man, Rudy was so cool. I was like, that's what I want to be when I grow up. Like get a little bit older, I wanted the loafers and the, the jeans with the cuffed bottoms and the leather jacket, smoking cigarettes. Man, it was so awesome. But anyways, thanks for the show again. Talk to you later. Bye.
I don't know, Bob. You pick. Do we reveal our other picks?
I know.
I think y'all have in the past.
Yeah,
know,
I
and I
think I
kind
have
of
at least. I don't really care, honestly. But if you want to hold on to yours, you can.
let's hold them back. We might do something with them, and if not, then eventually
Mine,
they will be revealed.
I'll say mine was
I don't
fucking
think Bob's
obvious
is
as
that
hell,
big of a
honestly.
deal. Yeah.
Bob's is pretty
I-
obvious. Yes.
Mine was just called Nightmares, and it was Nightmare on Elm Street 4, 5, and 6. And that
Just
was
wanted to
it.
round out the
We did the first
And-
3. I thought we'd do the next 3. You know.
Yeah.
You know what? I am gonna go ahead and reveal mine because it does kind of play into my upcoming host pick, which mine was Pay the Price, which was all Vincent Price films. So I had Witchfinder General, Mask of the Red Death, and The Abominable Dr. Phoebes, which is the film that we're going to watch in a few weeks for my pick, just out of like sheer curiosity. I just have such a blind spot for Price's stuff. So
nice.
Okay.
Good shit. Phoebes is I think you'll enjoy it.
Is it Phoebes? Is that how they pronounce it in the film?
I believe it is, yeah. If I remember
Okay,
correctly.
I've been saying Phoebes. I'm
Phoebes.
such an idiot.
What an idiot.
God damn it.
I
Chris,
see you're
thanks.
inexperienced, Randy.
You damn fool!
God, you're serving Reverend Dalton or whatever the fuck his name was.
Dalton.
Yes,
Well,
you
I mean-
really do have a lot to learn.
I
got
do want to
Dalton
lead a
here.
cult, you know.
We do know.
Don't
Thanks
leave
for
it
calling,
like that
Chris.
guy. He's bad at it.
The voicemail we played from Chris a couple weeks ago, I couldn't tell that he was drunk, honestly. But
I don't remember that.
Yeah, there you go. We had no idea.
I don't
But,
remember
we
anything,
do.
so.
We know now.
I love though. I do love that we are essentially the booty call at that point. His girl's gone. He's gonna call someone while she's at it's the street. He's drunk.
We're the girl he told her not to worry about.
His girl's gone. He's drunk. He's gonna make a late night call, and it's the straight chilling crew.
Gotta call the boy.
I'm here to play, baby.
Dude, y'all remember
Come on,
that one?
bring it, baby.
That one we got on Instagram that one time that was real fucking
just the one, Mom.
Crazy.
Look, we've gotten.
I'm surprised we haven't got more, to be honest. I'm surprised that's I'm surprised.
I'm still waiting on the Rule 34 slash fiction to come out about.
Oh, it's out there. It's out there.
Y'all are lucky that we handle ourselves with dignity and restraint.
Clearly.
Oh, that's us to a T.
Chris,
Bob comes quicker than Halloween. Am I right?
You call us anytime you're feeling lonely, man. We'll take care of you.
Yeah, that's right.
Next up, we're gonna hear from our biggest fan, Nos. What's he gotta say?
Phone bill.
Yo, what is up, boys? It's been a while since I called. I think it's been like 3 months, some shit like that. It's been a long time. Holy shit.
This is not it.
I've been watching or listening to y'all's episodes on movies that I've actually been watching. So me and a couple friends have been on a huge binge of horror movies. And this is like the first time I've really watched horror movies this past couple months. So I want to know y'all's thoughts with a question on what was the number one movie that had y'all genuinely what the fuck at the end? The story was just so fucking crazy. Because for me, it was definitely Skinamarink, and I think I texted Justin about it when I first watched it. That, I won't say any spoilers, but that movie had me what in the fuck? That movie was insane, dude. It was just so dark, and I was just so surprised that not a whole lot of people liked it. We watched, we looked up reviews before we watched it, and the reviews were terrible. They were 2 stars. I was like, wow, holy shit. I really I enjoyed it. I just didn't really like how vague the story of it was. But I started watching kind of videos on what it meant, the explanation videos on what the whole movie kind of stood for. And it was just I still can't get the movie out of my head. I think about it every week. It was just oh my gosh. And my friend was the same way with how a lot of people don't like it. We finished it. He was just dude, that was the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life, dude. And I was oh my, really? But I think I'm kind of biased because I really like that kind of analog, CRT, old vintage kind of horror movies. And that kind of fit it perfectly. But yeah, it was just, that was the darkest movie like I've ever seen. That was fucking terrifying. Like that was like the scariest thing I've ever seen. So I want to know, yeah, like what was that movie that y'all were like, what the fuck that y'all seen? Like it just made you sit on it for like weeks, or even made you like rewatch it. Because yeah, that was the only movie that had me like thinking about it ever since I watched it. Like I was just like, oh my gosh. Because yeah, we've seen other movies like Sinister, like kind of like other scary movies. But none of them really kind of like kept me thinking about them like that one. Like that one was just insane, dude. So I want to know y'all's thoughts on that and like which one y'all would pick. But yeah, love listening to the podcast, boys. Happy Friday. Actually, I don't know about Justin, so you know what fucking date is over there. But yeah, I'll see you guys later, dude. I want to know.
That's
so my
my
apologies.
brother, by the way.
Yeah. My apologies. The files are mislabeled on my system. My bad.
It's my brother Joel.
Not Nos.
So
Sorry, Nos.
yeah, he did text. He did text me when he watched Skinamarink. So yeah, I'm glad you liked. Bob, you kind of had a similar reaction at the end of Skinamarink, if I remember our review right. You kind of were freaked out by the
Yeah.
end of it.
I overall did enjoy that. I know it's a polarizing movie. There was one moment that scared the ever-loving shit out of me. It, like made me scream out loud. Overall, yeah, it's pretty thought-provoking. I know some people find it boring because there's not a lot of like action on screen, but that like sort of the white noise that just like sort of never relents and that sort of like matches the noise of the film grain and you can't totally be sure what you're seeing or like what's going on and you're constantly looking at the background and waiting for things to sort of pop up. So it's effective. I like it overall. Yeah, it's a thought-provoking movie.
I'm
I
trying to
think
zero in on exactly what he's asking too. Like, is it
Like
like movies that you're like
think that just
blow your mind,
or
or
that
just that sticks
you
with
had
you?
to
Because
sit
there's
with, yeah. You
yeah.
had kind of had
okay,
to
all
like
right.
sit
You go
with
ahead,
for a
Juice. You're
while.
about to launch into
Well, I
one.
was gonna say one thing that's come up because we've discussed it, and I know like some of our other friends, like podcasts, have discussed it and like been kind of baffled with it. Seems like it kind of blows a lot of people's minds. Is The Wailing? So it's a Korean movie, The
Hmm.
Wailing, about the possession, and in
Mhm.
that movie, you're never really sure who is the antagonist, I guess, or like where the kind of negative energy is coming from and where it goes back and forth. So I think that's a movie that kind of like blows a lot of people's minds and really is one you kind of have to watch like two or three times to kind of get a solid footing on. And I still think that's like probably the best Korean horror film. So I would say
It's
The
solid.
Wailing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
I have a tough time choosing one that I think fits the bill exactly. I don't know. I would say that in terms of movies that made me that just like stuck with me and like filled me with dread, Threads is definitely up there. Skinamarink is actually up there as well for me for the reasons Bob pointed out. I would say Martyrs also has a claim to that a little
Martyrs
bit.
comes to mind. Yeah.
Martyrs,
Hmm.
yeah, for sure.
Um,
Martyrs.
yeah, but as
That's a
far as
good
like if you
call.
go, yeah, if you go past the like idea that it's like it's sticking with you because it's so like spooky that you can't stop thinking about it. Like if you go past that, then there are movies that the movies that did stick with me, like Late Night with the Devils. Like I just couldn't stop thinking about that movie because it just hit so many of my like pleasure points. It was so it felt like it was made just for me, you know. I think I said that before. So like movies like that stuck with me as well. Ghost Watch is scary. It's a scary movie, but also like the thing about it is it's just so fucking unique and like impeccably done. That one sticks with me, and I'm always going to recommend that one. So those are just the ones that come to mind for me. Bob, were you about to say some more?
Yeah, this one is not particularly scary, but it's a movie that I could not stop thinking about after I watched it, and it's Deerskin. We did a review on it. It's a bizarre French movie, and it just like blew my mind. I could not stop thinking about that one. Martyrs was the first thing that came to mind. Also, Inside, like if you want something that's a little more like sort of what the fucky, Inside comes to mind. It's a lot of French movies apparently.
Yeah.
Um, Interesting one to ponder with some pretty gruesome stuff, similar to Martyrs.
Fun
Possession
Funny
is it
Possession, yeah.
Games was another one.
funny game?
Funny
Yeah.
games, yeah. Well, like,
Or
there's
what's the
some that are,
original
like,
of Funny Games?
it's Funny Games as
Funny
well.
It's just
Games.
Funny
It's the same
Games.
title,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Fuck, I don't remember. But
Possession
I
is
was
a
gonna say, like,
wild
movies that,
ride.
like, Possession and Possessor, by the way.
Yeah.
But
Possessor, yeah.
and, what is that movie? Coherence and Triangle, like the mind
Oh yeah.
benders are a special
Yeah.
breed of what he's talking about. Maybe.
Triangle's
Sure.
fucking
Triangle's
great.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Triangle a lot.
Coherence,
Actually.
The Invitation, these sort of like social anxiety movies that have like pretty nifty twists and turns going on. I don't know. There's a lot. There's just a lot. I would say
The
the Blair Witch Project,
Substance-
but that's because of how old I was when I saw it.
The Substance comes to mind too. It's not like layered in its meaning. It's very pointed, extremely pointed. But that was one that like just sort of like knocked me off my seat, so to speak. And I definitely was like sitting with that one for a while. Red
For sure.
Rooms actually
Red Rooms.
was
I was gonna
Red
say,
Rooms
out of
is
movies that we
good.
haven't actually reviewed,
Dude.
Red Rooms is way up there.
I mean, that's like, from Quebec, but French language, a lot of French stuff here,
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean
And
that's a solid list.
It's a solid list. Yeah, check those out. Check all those out. And get
All
back to
those,
us.
yeah. All those are good.
Yeah, some light viewing for you.
Let's see if I got Nos on tap.
Yeah,
here or
maybe
not.
Nos is
Sorry
next.
about that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Nas here. Good news. I bought a global pass, so I am not paying a shit ton of money anymore to call y'all. I think now I'm paying like 50 euros a year now for that global pass, so that's a pretty good deal. Also, so you talked about if you had Belgian women that are like pretty. Yeah. We have pretty women
Damn.
around here where I live. Not a lot, but there are some. And mostly they drink beer and eat chocolate and fries. Yeah. But after they have drunk the beer, the prettiness fades away, you know. But anyways, this weekend I went to Black Phone 2. I don't want to think like that. Black Phone 2 is a really good movie, and I really hope you guys cover it one day, maybe soon. I don't know if it's on the schedule or not, but I hope you really cover it soon. But that movie I found it better than the first one, and the first one was already a really good movie. So yeah, I enjoyed it. And then I heard the voicemail of Miles, and he's right. There's a lot of contenders for like the biggest fan, and if we had a contest on the biggest fan, I would definitely not win because I'm only here like how many months? I think 8. I think I've been around for 8 months. I've been like listening to a month to y'all, and then I joined Slack, and then till now. I only started calling like a month ago, I think. So, that was like, so I got the U pick for RoboCop, and then I started calling in, and I was like it. So, I would definitely lose that. There are definitely people that've been around here longer and definitely deserve that title. So, you're right, Miles. Yeah, that's it. Keep chilling, guys. Love you, and bye-bye.
Well, there's really only one way to reconcile who the biggest fan is, and that's by a bare knuckle boxing tournament. So everybody get ready. Start training now. And,
Unfortunately, Miles
Halloween
has been
next year is going
training
to be a
for his
bloody,
whole
bloody
life.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles has been training his whole life for this moment. He's destined.
And just got his black belt. Congratulations.
Yeah,
did,
yeah,
yeah,
congratulations, man. For
Um,
sure. Yeah, everybody can be our biggest fan. It's not a competition.
But we can make it one.
If you want to be our largest
we
fan,
can
we
make
can send you
it
some
one.
snacks.
Fight amongst yourselves. Yeah.
I will
that's,
say though, that's dedication. Though he bought a special pass just to talk with us. I mean,
Yeah.
that's some bonus points right there.
Yeah.
That is, and Justin's keeping track.
I always keep track.
Soju
He's
the
got a
man
book.
keeps track.
Yeah,
he writes
it would
things
be
down
nice
in
if we
red
had
ink.
some female biggest fans, but I'll take what we can get.
Well, I mean, you drink enough beer in Belgium, you might
Dude,
find some
he is
questionably
not
attractive
impressed
women,
with the
I
local
guess.
women. Was he calling them fat? Is that
I don't
I
they
don't
know.
drink chocolate or they drink chocolate?
They
They eat
drink chocolate and fries,
they
though.
eat,
We're
they
here.
eat beer. They eat.
They're
God, I'm
drinking them
fucked up.
fries, people.
You are fucked up.
It is 10 a.m.
Eat your beer.
Speak English, Doc. We ain't scientists.
But no, that shit was killing me. That was really funny.
Yeah, good stuff.
Well.
Thanks, Nas.
He came out swinging, so he's like, "Oh yeah, we got them pretty ladies," and then just started tearing it down. I was like, okay.
I thought he was kind of like, yeah, I thought it was more like that in the
Okay.
beginning.
Maybe I misunderstood. Yeah. Thanks for calling, Nas. Always good to hear from you, man. Last but not least, speak of the devil, we're going to hear from our boy Miles. Let's hear what Miles has to say.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Miles here. You guys had the prompt about how people got into Universal Monsters and what their first, I guess, introduction to those characters are. That's actually how I got into horror. Now I'm not 100 years old, so I wasn't alive when those movies came out. But I got into horror through being into Godzilla when I was a small child. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these, but maybe people that some of the listeners who are probably in their 30s or older will, or maybe you guys do remember these. But there were these. I think it was Crestwood. I think it was a publishing company, but they made these series of monster books. There were these thin orange books. And they had each book was dedicated to a different movie monster, and they had it would tell you like their backstory. It would go through all the movies that they were in. They came out in the 70s, and I was a young child in the 90s, so they were about 20 years old. But they would float around school libraries and stuff like that. But I read they had the one on Godzilla, and it went over Godzilla's history and all the movies up until that current, whenever they came out in the 70s. But they also had one for the Universal monsters. They had Frankenstein, the Wolfman, Dracula, so Invisible Man. So that's how I got into those, because I checked those out, and then I went and sought out those movies. So I actually saw, not all of them, but I saw Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein, Creature from Black Lagoon, very, very young, and that's an Abbott and Costello crossovers. And I was kind of like that perfect age where, those are like horror appropriate for like children, like in a lot of cases. I think. I mean, if you make a kid's a pussy and they can't handle it, but but yeah, no, that's how I got into Universal Horror. That's actually was my introduction into horror, and then I got into other things. So I'm curious to hear how other people came into it. I know that's not how most people get introduced to those, especially now, because their movies are pushing 100 years old now. But yeah, I just want to know if any of the other listeners, I believe it was Crestwood, had those bright orange books with all the monsters. Yeah. All right, take care.
At first I was like,
what
how
he's
old
talking
does
about?
Yeah, well, it was from stuff printed in the 70s, and I think that's the disconnect. Because he started by saying, "Oh, people who are in their 30s might remember this." I was like, "How old do you think we are exactly?"
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen those orange Crestwood
so I
books.
don't know anything about what you're talking about.
You don't know shit.
I don't know shit.
But that's really cool, and like I love the idea of the Universal Monsters as like your introduction to horror. Like I really, really love that. Like it just feels appropriate as hell. Unless of course your kid's a fucking pussy.
God damn.
That's the
black belt.
Miles
He
required.
got the black belt, and now he's just
now he's a badass.
Now he's calling kids pussies all over town.
Damn.
They had it coming. Someone needs to tell them. They need to know.
Sounds like Nosh just got a extra bonus point there for politeness. So Miles, you got to watch yourself there if you want.
Write it down in
not disparaging children.
Write it down, but disparaging women.
But disparaging women, yes, that's true. It kind of balances.
Come on now, we love the women here. Don't spread that.
I wasn't the one disparaging them. Nos was.
Oh, that's true. I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I just looked up these books. They're cool looking. I would have picked this up.
Cool. Yeah, I
Yes.
haven't seen those. I'm unfamiliar with them, but that is a really cool way to get into the genre. It feels like the correct way to do it, you know?
Right.
Like
You did the math
you
first,
did
you
the
know?
homework.
Did
The
the homework.
homework. You showed your work. That's cool, man. Yeah, thanks for calling in. I think that was really the only response we got.
Yeah.
Finding out how people were introduced to the Universal monsters, which was a great prompt.
Thanks.
It was great. Thanks for calling, Miles. That's all the voicemails we have. Next week, if you like I said, if you'd like to call and leave one for next week's show, hit us up 904-638-3231. We're getting right back on that Frankenstein train next week because we're talking about Del
Frankenmang.
Toro's newest film, Frankenstein, hitting Netflix
Oh,
this
Damn,
Friday.
that's like the third or fourth Frankenmang we're talking about this year.
Yeah, we did Reanimator, the original 31 Frankenstein, and now we're doing Del Toro's Frankenmang movie.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah, a lot of
think
Frankenstein.
ultimately the people chose the best Halloween triptych.
I
though.
know
mean,
that
you
you
know.
do think
I think
that.
we
everybody's
all are aware
happy
your
with
opinion
their
of that.
choice.
You're all very
Yeah.
aware of that opinion, yes. It is not hidden.
We are aware. Yeah, do you guys have any prompts for next week? Any great, brilliant prompts you want to throw out there for next week?
Probably.
Probably.
Just so it's just so who wants to stake their claim as our number one fan? Who's our Annie Wilkes? Gonna hobble our asses.
If you
out of
want
love.
to.
What's your biggest regret? Talking Frankenmain. What's the biggest thing in your life that's come back to haunt you forever?
You ever dig
Is it
up a
the-
corpse and live to
Is it
regret
the
it?
corpse man you turn back to life? It
Is that it?
Tale as
Yeah.
old as time.
Did he come get you? If you want a third prompt option, I would say do precisely what we did at the top of this show. Colin, tell us about your whole ass Halloween season. What'd you get into? How was
But
it?
in 3 minutes.
But in 3 minutes,
Yeah.
Talk
Colin
quickly.
and filibuster like this whole episode was.
I don't know. We got a lot to say next week, so.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Save the filibustering for the next Naderade
pick.
Yeah. Yeah, check out Del Toro's Frankenstein. Hopefully, it was playing in a theater near you, because obviously all of his stuff is best seen on the big screen. But if not, it will be on Netflix this Friday. So check it out. Get ready for next week's show. We're on all the socials. Just search Straight Chilling Podcast. Will pop right up. Also, there's links for all that shit in the notes of every single episode of all time. So just click on those links if you want to. If you want to join in the daily Slack channel conversations, let us know on one of those social media outlets, and I'll send you a link so you can do so. And until next week, as always, all you mother truckers, please keep chilling.
The devil is a motherfucking liar. So you know I ain't worried. Biatch.